Here's an update on the Yaesu FT-102. Well, I did get the RF board back into the radio successfully, and I fired up the radio and it didn't work at all. I could hear some hiss out of it, but nothing going on. So I measured the relays and I looked at the schematic, and it looks like it takes pretty much 25 volt relays or 24 volt relays, but I found I was only 5 volts on the relays themselves. So traced it down to this B power supply here that supplies 24 volts for the RF board and probably other areas, and looks like this little NPN transistor here is only rated at 0.8 amps of current. Anyway, I ordered some modern replacements for this, a TIP I think a TIP41, which would handle a lot more current. And I think that's why people are saying, oh yeah, put in 12 volt relays, because this damn transistor burns up. It can't handle the current when a relay fires or a mistake gets made. So anyway, so I'm going to try and replace that in this board here when I get some replacements from BOJACK or Amazon. I'm going to put that into the board here by that big orange resistor. It goes in there, and see if I get my 24 volts back again. It kind of goes right about there. Get my 24 volts back again and can use the radio. So we'll see if I did the RF board correctly. Of course, now there's some drama because I'll never know for a while, but suspense is suspense, right? So here's the board that I've pulled out to access the RF board, and there's the RF board. I had to solder these wires back onto it here. Put that wire on, put the ground wire on. And I was able to get the band switch back in there too. That was a little bit of an effort, but did that. Let me pick this radio up and show you what's going on in there. Yeah, so there's the RF board right there. Some of the soldering to get some of the wires back onto it. Pick this thing up, it's heavy. Okay, here's the RF board all back into the radio. Of course, there's a little mixing transistor, a JFET down here that I was screwing around with, and I screwed it up. So there's a relay under here, the RL05, which is under there. There's a JFET right about here somewhere, and that thing smoked and shorted, I don't know, last week. And I guess it took out the 24 volt power supply pass transistor, which is this thing here. So I gotta wait for another pass transistor. I'll put in a higher rated NPN that's more rugged than that one, and that should solve that if the circuit still works, meaning the Xenier diode didn't get wiped out, which it might have. So we'll test that and then see if we can get 24 volts in this thing working again. Anyway, there's the RF board again. And I guess there's not much light, but yeah, there's the two relays there. I think it's RL03 and 4. I got them stuck in there. Number 5 is way down in here. I did mark this to be straight up with little marks, so the band switch wouldn't be all askew. I think that worked out pretty well. And I never did unsolder these at all. I was able to get the relay in under these without unsoldering these by bending the pins back and letting the pins hit the holes and then bend themselves into position, so that worked out well. That's about it. I still have this old relay in here. That's a 12 volter of all things, and it should be a 24, I think, volt, but that's in there, and that's everything's socketed now. So this is socketed, that's socketed, these are socketed, and that is not socketed, but 4 of them are socketed, so I can hopefully pull those out and remedy any issues. So I'm rather apprehensive about whether this RF board will work again after me taking it out. It should, but we'll see. I'm waiting for the 24 volt part, put it in there and see if it goes. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.